Recently I got an app. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's called Pokemon Go. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course you've heard about it. People who don't even like Pokemon have heard about it. I, personally, have a deep connection with Pokemon since I followed it since I was 4, and having Asperger's means that gotta catch 'em all is kind of my motto for many things that I like to do. Pokemon is one of them, obviously. A little side fun fact, the creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri, I think I pronounced that almost correctly, has Asperger's, which explains a lot, and I'm surprised I didn't know sooner. I've been enjoying Pokemon Go so far, other than the minor bugs, but I expected that from the beginning, because after all, it was a free app, and there's bound to be bugs in the beginning. It's not that big of a surprise, really. The most annoying of these glitches being the frozen ball glitch. That's a perfectly good Squirtle. How could this happen to me? I've made my mistake, got nowhere to go. How could this happen to me? To a lesser extent, the 3-step glitch is annoying, but I couldn't really figure it out before, so it's basically no different. Another thing I like about having to walk around are Pokestops. If you're like me and don't feel like paying for stuff in an app that I got free, the Pokestops are perfect because you can go to them to get the things you normally get by paying money. There's also a lot more murals and graveyards in my area, which I find interesting that those are Pokestops, but I didn't know they were there before, so I guess that's good. I'm surprised more places that are Pokestops aren't flaunting it to get more people going. I don't know if there's any rules against that, but it's a very good way to get me in. I'd go in just to see. Don't know if I'd buy anything. This is a good restaurant. Food. There's also eggs, which, if you're a Pokemon player like me, you know that in the game, you actually physically have to walk. Not outside of the game, but in the game to make your eggs hatch. Having this is both fun, makes it more enjoyable of a experience playing the app, and even if you have a bad day trying to catch Pokemon, you can still get some pretty good Pokemon from eggs, and that's always a plus. It's like the game, but in real life! I do still have problems with throwing the Pokeball at Pokemon. It's not anything that the app's doing or that the Pokemon run away. It's that I'm really, really terrible at throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon sometimes. Like really bad. Like, flies right over the head of the Zubat. Oy vey. Does anybody else feel like when they hit the Pokemon in the head that it's like Pokemon Snap? One thing I don't understand is why do the 3 teams have to rival each other so extremely? It doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe it's because of who I am and how my mind works, but fighting like this kind of feels a little silly when we're all just playing the same game. I myself am Team Instinct only because when I was choosing my team, a friend of mine said it was their team, so I kind of chose it under their guidance, and the other 2 teams didn't really sound like my personality, and I also really wanted more eggs, because I like Pokemon eggs. They're fun to hatch. I like eggs. I'm not saying that it's not right to show your team pride. It is. I myself made a hat for when I go out in Pokemon Go with my team symbol on it because I really wanted a hat. But when you're going out and just bullying people or vandalizing monuments just because you think your team is better, it's not the most right choice to go down. I feel like now I need to talk about the problems people are having with the app. I'm not talking about the servers being down or anything like that. I'm talking about people just complaining that this app is completely destroying humanity and life as we know it because people are quitting their job and getting in car accidents. I, like everybody else, feel saddened that these things are happening because of the wreath of Pokemon Go, but I can't fully blame the app because these problems are around with people and phones since the beginning of cell phones came out, and people just aren't really responsible when it comes to not driving or walking and not looking down at your phone. I'm sorry, but I just can't blame the app 100% for things like this. I'm not trying to say that accidents haven't increased since Pokemon Go came out, but we can't completely blame the app. They warn you about being eaten by a Gyarados for a reason. If people have to see Pokemon Go as a bad thing that's also hurting people, then in same respect, so is Facebook. Facebook, while it's good and connects people around the world, has caused way too many problems and fights that nobody really thinks about anymore. For all the people listening to this seeing Pokemon Go as a negative, let me put a few positives into your mind. As much trouble as Pokemon Go has brought, there are many positives that nobody really pays attention to. Hospitals have been using it to get their patients more active. Parents have been using the Pokestops as a way to teach their children about the area around them. People with autism like me have been going out more and socializing because the app gives them a reason to talk to people. Well, not a reason, but more of a stable sentence starter. In my personal travels, I went to a nice little event at my library for Pokemon Go. It wasn't much, but it was still something, and it was fun. And I've been able to connect more with my little sister because Pokemon Go has given us something to battle over constructively. She doesn't even like Pokemon, but she's playing it now, and I'm having fun explaining the little things to her that she'll listen to. Positive nobody's really gone on to is how many different people are playing the game. We've all seen large groups playing the game together, but despite team picking being part of the game, have you ever thought about how many different people are playing the game together and not even thinking about how different they are from one another? In a world where people are fighting over their differences, this is a very beautiful thing. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, girl or boy, your skin color, your ethnic background, red, blue, green, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, black, white, X or Y. For a while, everybody's the same while playing under the sun or the moon. Is that really a bad thing to have in the world? So that's my opinion on Pokemon Go. It's a really fun app, but could use some work. I hope to see more of it in the future, and even more Pokemon to catch. I'm Little Puzzle, thank you for listening.